All right, let's talk about a secret weapon that professional traders use to get a completely different view of the market: calculus. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and don't worry, this isn't going to be a scary math lecture. We're going to break down how this one core idea from math gives you a powerful new lens for understanding market momentum and, most importantly, risk.
So, you've been there, right? You're looking at a stock chart and you see it's going up, but you have that nagging feeling: is it slowing down? Is the momentum fading? That's the question traders are constantly trying to answer. It's not just about if the price is changing, but how fast it's changing. And is that speed itself changing? That's the real puzzle we're going to solve today. And here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll tackle that basic question: just how fast is the market moving? Then, we'll introduce our main tool for the job, the derivative. After that, we'll see it in action with a real-world look at the SPY ETF. And finally, we'll open up the pros dashboard and look at option Greeks, tying it all together with a whole new way to look at risk. When you really boil it all down, trading is about one thing: managing change. And understanding the rate of that change, how fast things are moving, is what separates the amateurs from the pros. It's the difference between just watching the ticker and actually understanding the forces driving it.
So how do we measure that rate of change? Well, this is where calculus hands us its star player, the derivative. Now forget all the complex formulas you might remember from school. The only thing you need to grasp is that a derivative is a tool that tells you the exact rate of change at a single, specific moment in time. It's like a superpowered magnifying glass for speed.
Actually, here's an even better way to think about it. A derivative is basically a speedometer for your stock. You have one in your car, right? It doesn't tell you your average speed for the whole trip. It tells you exactly how fast you're going right now, in this very instant. That is precisely what a derivative does for an investment. It's a simple concept, but believe me, it is incredibly powerful.
Okay, so we've got our speedometer, cool theory. But now let's see how this actually works. Let's take this idea off the whiteboard and apply it to a real stock, because this is where it gets really interesting.
So it all flows in a pretty logical way. First, you have the price. Simple enough. That's the number you see on your screen. Now, if you take the first derivative of that price, you get its momentum. That tells you its speed and direction. But we can go even deeper. If you take the derivative of the momentum itself, that's called the second derivative, you get the acceleration. That tells you if the momentum is picking up steam or starting to fade.
All right, enough theory. Let's make this concrete. We're going to put this framework to the test on one of the biggest ETFs in the world, the SPY, which, as you know, tracks the S&P 500. We're going to break down its price, its momentum, and its acceleration over the last year and see what stories they tell.
So here we go. This is just a standard price chart of the SPY. You can see the whole journey: the big climbs, the sharp drops, and those spots where it just seems to run out of gas and turn around. It's those turning points, those peaks and valleys that we really want to understand on a much deeper level.
Now, check this out. This is where it gets cool. We've plotted the momentum, that first derivative, right below the price. See how that line dances above and below the zero line? It's simple. When it's positive, above zero, the price is rising. When it's negative, below zero, the price is falling. But the real magic happens right when it crosses that zero line. That's a huge signal that a trend might be about to hit a turning point.
So just to be crystal clear on the difference here, momentum is all about the speed. It answers the question: is the trend up or down, and how fast? But acceleration is about the change in speed. It answers a totally different question: is this trend gaining power, or is it starting to fizzle out?
And this second layer is where you can find a real edge. When acceleration is positive, it's like the market is stepping on the gas. An uptrend is getting stronger, or a downtrend is hitting the brakes. But when acceleration is negative, it's like the engine is sputtering. An uptrend is losing steam, or a sell-off is actually gaining speed. This can give you an early warning that a trend is getting exhausted, often before the price chart makes it obvious.
Okay, so this is already a powerful tool for analyzing a stock chart. But what if I told you the pros take this exact same concept and build their entire risk management system around it? Well, that's exactly what happens when we step into the world of options trading and the so-called Greeks. Now, I know the names sound kind of weird, but trust me, each Greek is just a specific type of derivative, a speedometer measuring a very specific kind of risk.
And here's the whole crew. You've got delta, which is your speedometer for how the option price reacts to a change in the stock price. You've got theta, which is your speedometer for the effective time. Vega is the speedometer for volatility. You see the pattern, right? It's a whole dashboard of gauges, each one telling you exactly how sensitive you are to a specific risk factor.
Let's just zoom in on one of them to make this really concrete. Let's talk about theta. All theta is the derivative of an option's value with respect to time. In plain English, it tells you exactly how much value your option is losing every single day, just because the clock is ticking. It's the relentless, measurable cost of time.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. A theta of negative 0.08 isn't some abstract number. It literally means that if nothing else changes, by this time tomorrow, that option will be worth 8 cents less per share. It transforms that vague feeling of time is running out into a precise, measurable, daily cost. That is the power of using a derivative.
So, we've gone from a pretty simple concept of speed to a real stock analysis, all the way to the sophisticated dashboards of options traders. Let's just pull this all together and really focus on what this new lens on risk gives us.
Yeah, this table pretty much sums it up perfectly. Use the first derivative of price to get momentum and identify trends. Use the second derivative to find changes in that momentum, and then, in a world of options, you use different derivatives, delta, theta, vega, to precisely measure your risk to price, time, and volatility. It's all the same powerful idea, just applied in different ways.
So there you have it, 5 of the biggest risks in the options world: delta, gamma, theta, vega, and rho, all demystified. They aren't some kind of trading black magic. They are just 5 different applications of the derivative, each one measuring a specific rate of change that you absolutely need to know about.
And look, if you only take one thing away from this, let it be this. This isn't about being a math whiz. It's about turning intuition into information. It transforms that gut feeling that a trend is losing steam into a hard number, a measurable negative acceleration. It changes that anxiety of time is my enemy into a quantifiable daily cost. It gives you precision where there used to be just a hunch.
And that leaves me with a final question for you to think about. We've just seen how we can use calculus to make these invisible market forces, like momentum and time decay, totally visible and measurable. So my question is, in your own investing or trading, what invisible forces, what rates of change are you currently not measuring? What could you understand better if you just had a more precise lens?